All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of A Conversation with Kely. As always, we are talking all things Ascendance Live with the third episode here. And we are once again joined by our wonderful, besides my lovely and wonderful co-host, Aly, we are joined by our wonderful co-host as well. We have Mike, who I don't know where he went. And we have Sean.
Mike looks like he's about to
Poof.
be in.
Poof.
He looks.
I was
He
He
hiding.
looks like he's Mike for Halloween Kills.
Honestly.
What the fuck is that?
It's
a
the new
movie.
Halloween movie.
Yeah.
It's the new Michael Myers movie.
I don't watch those.
Yeah. Anyway.
What? So good.
Anyway, we are gonna get started
My
here.
name's still broken.
We do have the latest person that was also eliminated from Ascendance this episode, which sadly is Memes. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Sad to be here so early, but what it is.
We were I think I speak for all of us. We were really rooting hard for you. Like this was this really sucked. Like the other boots were tough to watch too, but this one was like heartbreaking, I thought.
I appreciate that. I did try. But yeah, I don't really have any regrets or anything. So
Yeah. Oh, we're doing great. We're doing great. Thank you for watching. Also, congrats on 1,000 views on the first episode.
Yay!
Yes, we love how much it's been growing. But we're gonna get started here. So I will say right now, in terms of content for this episode, we don't have a ton to discuss because this episode was very challenge heavy, I feel like. So we are going to mostly spend time, I think, talking to you, Memes, about, things about your game and such. But we're just going to get started talking about the episode. So we do see that Michelle is very surprised that Galen went out, but she's very glad that she and Erica ended up surviving. And Papa then welcomes everyone to the next Captain's Challenge. Everyone's going to be given 5 ping pong balls to make a set of cups. It's basically beer pong with no water, and this comp seemed incredibly hard. Like, just the idea you have to do it without water seems very difficult, and it eventually comes down to Nick, Erica, Memes, and Jeff. And Memes, you were so close here. You almost won this. I was like, okay, you're gonna be captain again. Everything's gonna be great. What was going through your head at this point?
honestly, I was shocked because I'm not the most athletic person. I've never played like beer pong ever. So I was just like landing them. And I was the only person doing it underhand. And I was like, how is this working? How am I in the top 4? I was also very hot. It was so hot in that room. And like I was like, just get me out of here. I am dying. um, and like I probably should have taken more time to like calculate my throws, but I was in that moment I was just like, you know what, whatever happens, and I just started throwing, and then I messed up, and I was like, well, maybe I should have tried harder.
Yeah, no, interesting. Oh wow, the garage really was. Wow,
Oh, wow.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
I just went to switch to this and opened Skype by accident.
Oh, not that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
funny.
so Memes, you're actually happy here because both of your allies have one captain because it was Erica and Jeff, and they're both safe for the round. And once again, there are 3 teams with the last 4 that haven't been chosen on the black team once again. So we do have the red team here, which is Erica, Edmund, Destiny, Nick, and Stephanie. The green team consisting of Jake, Jeff, Mark, Peyton, and Sarah. And the black team, which consists of Michelle, Memes, Michael, and Tony. How'd you feel about that team, Memes?
I didn't really have a lot of faith in us for a challenge. I mean, Tony hadn't really proved that he was that like great at challenges. Michelle, she had been to both eliminations prior, and she is a really strong competitor. But with what the challenge was, we literally couldn't even like decide who could tie up balloons or blow up balloons. So like already my confidence is like, yeah, no, we're probably not winning this.
Yeah.
I know personally I'm not the best at competitions. especially endurance ones. So whenever I heard that it was holding all these fucking balloons, I was just like, yeah, we're probably going to elimination. I wish I had been on another team because I was expecting to get picked for another team, but
Mhm.
with the 3 teams, obviously they were trying to set their teams up how they wanted them, and I wasn't picked, so
Yeah, it was very, very unfortunate. Oh, it's you.
Oh, I'm just replying to Mike in the chat.
Oh.
All right.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ask it anytime, Mike.
Yeah,
So.
he just has a question for later.
Yeah, I'll ask it now. So my question was, as we know, this is your 4th time playing Ascendance, technically, if I'm correct.
yeah, 4th time
Yeah.
the main
And
thing, but like,
do you think that, along with being a finalist in the org, put like a target on your back? Did it make you feel like? Did you feel like you were a threat because of it?
I don't think that it put a target on my back necessarily, because I feel like a lot of people came in with an open mind, especially the All Stars people. It was more so I was more worried about myself than what they were. So I kind of shot myself in the foot, and I went after Mark, even though I probably shouldn't have. But that was just because like I had thought he would never want to work with me after I had just like blindsided him in All Stars, and then he started giving me balloons. So it's just like, okay, well, he obviously doesn't trust me. So I shot myself in the foot with that. Like I don't think anybody was like necessarily like gunning for me hardcore because of things I had done in the like online version. It was more so just stuff that I had done in the live version. Like as you can see, like Peyton, I helped get him out twice in All Stars. So like, and he wanted to work with me still in the live game. So I don't think anybody came in with like a grudge on their shoulder. It was just my own paranoia about them having that grudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I can definitely see like why that wouldn't be an issue, because it's like the way you play in an org could be very different from how you play in an LRG. So, and I think that's something that a lot of
Exactly.
people, So, oh my God, we should do that, Mike. That'd be funny.
Just us though. Just us though.
Yeah.
Be funny. It is now time for the next team challenge. Everyone will have to stack balloons, of which there will be a caller for each team. And then Destiny talks about how the best strategy when they have 3 teams is to work with one of the teams to ensure their teams win. It seems like they want to team up with the green team. Erica is very stressed with Michael, Michelle, and Meme since they're all people she wants to work with. And Mark recognizes he needs to be the caller since no one else knows how to tie balloons. Michael will be the caller for his team since he doesn't know how to blow them up. Edmund is the other one in which him and Mark would want to team up to take Michael out. Everyone is given 30 seconds to blow up balloons. Michael immediately recognizes what the other teams are doing when both Mark and Edmund call people from his team to add balloons.
Which was really intense. I did not think they were going to do like right off the bat, but they were just like, gotta get the other team out.
Stephanie is very annoyed when Mark picks her to add a balloon. Tony really seems to be killing it for the black team. And then sadly he's out, which really hurts their team. And shortly after, the black team is out entirely, and Erica. Wait.
All right, while there's dead air, I do want to say I think Destiny had a really good strategy with the balloons as well.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
Here we go right back to dead air.
Yeah,
but Destiny had a really good strategy with putting the balloons in like her shirt and stuff. That's something I definitely would have done if I were competing.
Yeah. Also, I would probably do that I would probably do this. I think it's probably the best way.
Would you work with a different team to tag your team out of the competition? Probably. I'm not gonna lie, probably.
I would only do it knowing who's on the team too, because it's really strategy as well. Because then, like, you know, you don't want to be like Stephanie, who's annoyed because like your closest ally is choosing you. That kind of hinders your game moving
It's
forward.
Kevin freezing for
To
me.
go about it.
I feel like I would, but it also depends on the game and like
Oh my god,
I
please
kind
focus
of
phone. Please focus phone.
I kind
It's
of
also
echo
like the agency you can have
yeah
with the
I
other
kind of
teams.
echo what Sean says there. Like it depends on like who's on each team.
Yeah, it was something good for them to team up on my team. Because Michael wasn't targeting one team, he was targeting everybody, even after he was told to target one team. So they
Yeah.
were just given free range to just target us, and like there was nothing we could do about it because nobody else on our team could really like hold 20 balloons. Well, some people had like 3, so we were pretty much doomed.
It also gives like leeway to like other teams. Like, yeah, they're probably getting up on the other team, but
I'm putting this.
like
Oh,
knowing that one team's getting ganged up on, that's a good sign moving forward that no one really is connected. That's your leeway. Like, okay, these are the people I should be working with moving forward, who I should work with. I know I have my people. Those are people that I can string against.
Yeah. One thing was that like in that moment I felt very disposable to people because it was like, okay, you're just gonna like target me and send me to elimination, which is part of the reason why I went so hard to try and keep someone on my team, because I figured if one of us went, like we would just, it'd be a domino effect, because it's like you already sent us to elimination, so you obviously don't care if we go home or what happens. So like even if it was self-preservation, like you still valued the other teams over ours in the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Which is like a good question moving forward. Is like, was it smart of them to take you out now than before? Because if they knew you were disposable, why now? But that also is a question for other people. Like, if you're the only disposable, could the other people be also disposable? So like, it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very tough spot to be in, especially with like all the lies that have been said about me earlier on and everything, like with the whole Michael thing, saying I was spreading that him and Jake were an alliance, even though I didn't know that they even knew each other. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. But like at that point, for some people, it made sense to get rid of me. Like I think it made sense for like Mark to get rid of me. Tony, obviously, because he was the other name. But for some people, I don't.
I'm back.
In the moment, I don't think it was like
Oh, hey.
the best.
Yeah, Kevin.
The best decision for them. So.
Yeah. What are we on?
We're on the start of the second page.
Okay. What did you read so far?
The only thing I read was like my part of the first page.
Okay. So Erica tells Sarah and Jake about
and then memes is hoping the green team is eliminated because then they could target Sarah, and it seems like that's what the red team would be down to do as well. She does in fact drop, which makes the red team immune for the round. Jeff feels this vote is going to fall onto Tony, and then he tells Michelle he wants to target Mark based on some kind of prior history. Michael also knows memes was gunning for him and Jake, which makes him want to target memes.
Right, which was not great for you here when
No.
when he said that. But so Erica goes ahead and she does tell Sarah and Jake about her pendant, which we'll have to see where that ends up going. But I think it's probably good that she told Sarah, especially because she seemed really good with her. But Tony's unsure as to why his name keeps going around every vote, and He's doing what he can to get it off of him. He starts pushing memes to Jeff, which he is very much not down to do. Like, Jeff doesn't want you out at all here. And Mark also finds out that memes is targeting him because of him thinking he threw the rogue vote onto Jake, which he didn't. And now he knows that they need to flip it back. Peyton isn't targeting memes either, plans to vote out Tony. And then Sarah recognizes that Tony's the outcast of the group, but really wants to push for memes to go. And basically everyone is telling memes not to vote for Mark since there's no traction on his name. However, it doesn't seem like you were backing down. What do you think was your downfall here in terms of this? Like, why do you think that people were targeting you here and not someone like Tony?
I think that people wanted me gone because there was a lot of stuff said, like that I didn't like certain people or that I was targeting people when I wasn't. Pretty much anything in the book to just throw me under the bus was used, and people believed it. People never came to me about it to like clarify, and if they did, they didn't believe me, which okay, like I'm a pretty like loyal person in these games for the most part, so like I don't feel the need to like lie and lie and lie and lie.
Yeah, no reason to bullshit.
Like, especially if I'm gonna get caught. Like I'm not the best liar, so there was no reason for me to lie at any given moment. So it just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like if people just took other people's words for it and didn't actually come to me and try to like see what was really going on. They just wanted to see what they wanted because it was like the easy thing to do, and it's not as easy to like confront someone in person and be like, did you say this, and like kind of work it out like it is with, like an online org, especially because it's so fast paced and like once you like hear something kind of sticks. Like I don't know, it just didn't work out because everybody wanted to say my name and throw my name out for everything that happened, and it was just like the easy thing for people to do at that point.
Yeah, makes sense. Also, I do want to go ahead and answer this question. I think I'd probably tell my closest allies, most likely. I would let them know, just in case, like, you know, just in case they needed it to be saved on them. It's a good way to build trust there. That I can, you know, use it on you, or, you know, I have it if you need it. Like, I think that'd be a good thing to do, but I see Sean is shaking their head no. So
I wouldn't tell anyone because of the fact that I would wait for a certain time in the game to even speak about it, only because it's so early in the game. Like, Erica has told now, I think 4 people plus someone already knew, but they're already out. But like 4 people knowing about her power, especially if it's a whole pendant and not half of a pendant, that's 4 people that have ammunition to just take her out. That's because true. Then that could be that's one, it's a liability for her game now. And those 4 can honestly stick together and then be like, okay, Erica is useless now. Let's flush that pendant and then take her out next round, you know?
I do want to pose a question, excluding memes, because you know the answer to the... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I probably wouldn't tell anyone, but unless maybe just one person I like really trust, but other than that, I'd probably keep it secret.
I'd get it out of you.
Yeah. I do want to pose a question,
I would.
Excluding you.
Why would you get it out of me?
Because I'm good like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to ask this question, excluding you memes, because you know what the answer is here. But, like, do we think she told the right people? Like, what do we think about that?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Right now, 50, like, the only person that she told, I feel like that would honestly have her back 100% is Michelle.
Yeah.
Sarah, I know how she plays. I know how good of a social game she is, or she has. So, like, and she's a silent killer, so she can go to people's ears and be like, let them know about her pendant. It's kind of the same with Jake. Jake is low-key. Jake is low-key a snake.
Yeah, I don't think Jake and
Yeah.
Sarah are the right people to talk to about this, especially when Sarah also has a power. It's like, you know.
Oh, shout out to Jen. I just saw Jen comment on the Facebook, and also my last name is once again spelled wrong. So.
Oh, great. That's because I literally copy and paste every single one.
But at the same
Stop that.
time, I could
That's
think
so
that combining Sarah's power with Erica's power can be a superpower. Like, because Erica's power is really not. Sarah's power is strong if she uses it correctly.
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah.
With Erica's pendant,
There it is.
True.
Very true.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous. But we're gonna go ahead and talk about this elimination. Not your favorite elimination, I know, memes, but Aly, go ahead.
All right, it's time for the next elimination, and what is a truly very close vote. Memes is sadly the next person eliminated by a vote of 5 to 4 to 1. And I'm just gonna ask you, was there a reasoning behind this, or did people feel threatened?
Like I said earlier, I just think people took the easy route instead of trying to really reach out and gain an ally. They just kind of assumed. I think the only person the whole time that had ever like confronted me about anything was Jake, and I had told him I didn't throw the rogue boat on him, and he still didn't believe me. So, like nobody else ever confronted me about the things they were told about me, which I think that's why it shook out the way it did. As well, like I think it was also really stubborn during this vote. I really wanted to make the move. Like I didn't want it to be one of the people on the black team because we were all expendable. Like as I said earlier, like that challenge showed that we were all expendable to the people, and it ultimately, like, they wanted us to go to elimination. They didn't care, like, if we went. So I wasn't willing to vote someone out on my team because I figured that I would just be expendable to people later on down the line. And I do think I would have stayed if it had tied, but I stuck to my guns, and like I don't regret it. People can say it was dumb or whatever, but like whenever you're in the moment and you're like thinking through everything and trying to like process things, it's a lot harder than it looks. Because you like you go on so little sleep, you go on so little like energy, and you're going like I think we started around like 10 a.m. and we were going like all day, like, and it was a lot. Like, and I got eliminated like halfway through the day, so I think like 2-3. So that's already like 5-6 hours of filming and competing and like strategizing, trying to figure out where people are, and it's just like very draining. So at a certain point, you just like stop thinking rationally. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. And I mean, the one thing I will say is like you should definitely be proud because it was like a very close vote. You just needed one more vote, and then you could have been saved.
Yeah.
We just needed my vote to vote for
Kely. That's it.
Jeff is not happy this happened, especially with Memes being a close ally to him. Michelle says if he took her advice, they could have worked something out. Memes says he's never been on jury and leaves the game in the same way he doesn't understand why he went out, since he isn't a big threat and felt they wasted the opportunity to take out a much bigger threat.
Yeah, so that's
also as a whole, how was your experience playing?
a lot of fun. As I said, it was very draining, but it was really rewarding to meet all the people, get to know them after the fact. Just even having the experience, because it was like my first real live game. Like I had done one at Nicole's before, like 1.5, but like I hadn't taken that one too seriously. Like I would just like chill out, throw votes. Like, I'd be messy. Like, I wasn't really taking it as seriously. I got myself Oreo'd out at Final Six. Like, I wasn't really, like, game on. Like, let's do this. Like I was in live. Like, I feel like it was a completely different experience. It was trying to be social. I was trying to push myself out of my box because I'm very like introverted, shy person, and I really did try to push myself. Like whenever I went for the captain round one, whenever like I tried, like I wasn't gonna give up. I wasn't gonna like sit there and be like a quiet little person who's just gonna like sit there and be mediocre and take a mediocre placement. I was gonna push myself, and I feel like I did that. So it was a pretty fun experience, and I don't regret anything of it.
Yeah, you should definitely be proud. You should definitely be proud. Sean, I know you haven't gotten to ask too many questions. I'm going to let you ask some of the other questions that are in there.
I had one in mind. So like obviously memes like you have an impact in the Ascendance family. When you played the org, it's so much different playing live. How was the strategy going into live compared to strategy in the org? Because obviously in the org you can find their name and be like, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you vote this person? How was it like?
Turn on Siri.
How was it like the strategy? Like, was it hard finding people? Was it hard trying to find like a secluded area to talk to people? Like, was it easier to listen on conversations?
It was very different. Like you can't really be sneaky. Like especially with like the house, like it was very like open. So like if you went somewhere, someone like no matter where like people were, someone could see you talking to someone. Like you couldn't like be like, oh my gosh, Kevin, I'm gonna bring you over here and we're gonna talk and it's gonna be so secret and quiet. Like it was very open. Like I remember at one point I got so like irritated trying to track people down, like before the elimination. I like called them to the stairs and I sat down and I was like, I'm so irritated. Like let's get something together. Let's do something. Like let's commit to like a big move or just commit to something. And people would just be like, well, I just want to go with the majority. And it was just very like irritating to try and get alone time with people because like you would get alone time with someone for like a minute and then they'd get taken away by someone else because you only had like 20 minutes to strategize for the round. Like you didn't have a whole 24 hours ahead of time to be like, okay, if this scenario happens, this is what we're gonna do. If this scenario happens, like if something happened like halfway through and it shook up how people were voting, you didn't have as much time to kind of bring it back or change plans. So it was a lot different. I think like the only like private area was like outside, but like you could see if someone went outside with someone because it was a glass door. Like like there wasn't privacy.
Yeah,
I wonder who would say looks around out of the two.
So basically, what I'm like hearing is like you want to be vocal, but like not vocal enough to where people are seeing you as a threat. Because like on Skype, you can whisper to people, you can message them privately without people like, oh, you're messaging Kevin. Oh, you're messaging Mike. Like, I get it. Well, I don't get it, but like I see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, imagine picking Kevin of all people.
I mean, you should. Why not?
No, never again.
That was gonna be the next question I had that Ascendance just posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
bump
you can
it.
go ahead and answer this one. How'd you feel when you saw in the episode that a power was right in front of you night one? You were so close to it.
I
close.
do want to say I wanted to scream because this was in the middle of like memes explaining, oh, they call me the Power King. I always find a power, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, it's so close.
I honestly didn't see it, and if I did, my brain just didn't process that it was a power. Like that night, I had been up like at 4 a.m. because my flight was really early that night, and it was like that was like late at night, like 9, 10ish. So like you're going on very little sleep. You're just trying to help my team, trying to make sure that they don't go to elimination because I like the people on it. Just didn't want to be responsible for who was first boot, honestly. And I feel like I tried my best. Like I was definitely looking. I just wasn't finding anything. Like I know at one point I was downstairs with Jeff, and I like ran across the living room to one of the curtains because I saw like a tag on it, and I like grabbed it and I was like, oh, this is just like the thing that comes on the curtain.
So good.
Like it was, yeah, I was like searching like even
You
after
should have played it regardless. Be like, hey, is this a power? Let me play.
Adam trying to play the podium energy.
During like round 2 whenever I was safe, like, and I was standing off to the side, like I was like opening up cupboards very like sneakily and like looking inside, like I was trying to find something. I just didn't have the luck this time around.
My next question is, obviously Ascendance is going into a second season. Their casting is close.
Yes.
They're finalizing a cast for season 2. What are tips, advices that you would give to those Ascendance hopefuls that could possibly use it?
I think the most important thing is to just be yourself. At the end of the day, like you're gonna have a lot more fun if you're being yourself than if you're trying to like fake a persona to like play to like an audience, or if you're trying to like fake a persona to like the people that you're playing with. If you're being yourself and like you're trying and you're putting in the effort and like beating people, you're gonna have a lot of fun. And that's ultimately what it's about. Like there is a prize for winning, but like I feel like the goal should be to have fun, have an experience that like you like, especially during a pandemic, like it's been like so long for people to like hang out and meet and stuff, and like this live game happening was like such a relief to me because it was like I finally get to see people. I finally get to like have fun and like hang out and not have to like worry as much, I guess, because like we were all vaccinated and stuff, and it was just like a chill environment, and like people were being safe and everything like that. And it was just like, I don't know, it's more about the experience than what it is about winning to me. And I feel like if more people had that mindset, like these games would be like really like top notch. But I feel like a lot of people like blind themselves with the need to win and the need to like be this big persona that everyone remembers and stuff. And it's like, if you're just being yourself, people are gonna remember you, and like you're gonna have a better time than if you're trying to like fake something.
Yeah. And
So-
I do agree with this sentence. Definitely like be positive.
Yes, exactly.
Going back to powers, because Ascendance did ask a few questions. As someone who knows Ascendance in and out, Power King himself, like, how did you do, and like, how did you like look for powers going into the game? Because like, obviously, there's people who are new, who don't know Ascendance, didn't know there was powers hidden. You knew powers were were hidden going into this game. Like, yeah, what did you do?
So I just kind of like looked in areas that looked suspicious. Like I I just would look in like the cabinets and stuff, and like whenever I had like free time or like I was talking with someone, I'd be like looking through like plates and stuff. Like I remember at one point I pulled up the plates from like the dining room table, and I was like looking under them, and I was like nothing, nothing, nothing. Um, I went through that whole garage, like every game. Like I was like reaching in and like feeling around. Like I looked behind the giant curtain. I picked up like the paddles and I would like flip them over to make sure that nothing was hidden in them. Um, like I know there was like this card in front of this TV and I like picked it up and there was nothing there. Um, and like I don't know. I just was like very observant. Well, obviously not because I missed one, but like I was trying to be observant whenever I was like consciously looking for it, because like whenever I saw it, like the like what you saw in the footage, I was like reaching under to grab a ball, so like I wasn't like consciously like looking at that time, like. So like whenever I was consciously looking, like I feel like I did a pretty decent job like searching every little nook and cranny trying to find something. Um
Yeah.
just wasn't the right places at the right time. So
I guess the only other question we'll ask before we do move on here is that, if you, because if you had another chance to play this game again, what would you do differently? Like, what do you think really like went wrong with your gameplay this time around that you could maybe improve upon if you were maybe asked back at some point?
I feel like my downfall was definitely the team pick. I made that plan and then I froze and I like completely screwed up my game with that. Um like from there on out, like I wanted to work with Destiny, but at that point it was like there was no way because she just couldn't trust me. Like I blew it the first night. Um and then like obviously just trying to fit in better. Um, like I feel like a lot of people viewed me as this like guy that was kind of awkward and like I don't know. I definitely wish that I had like I definitely pushed myself, but I feel like I could have pushed myself more. If that makes sense. Um, Also, just not being like as paranoid about like knowing people as I was. Um, I feel like that was a big downfall for me. Was just like not committing and being like, yeah, I can actually work with these people instead of like being against them right off the bat because of a previous game. Um, so just like not being as messy, but still being like as out there as I was this time.
For sure.
Definitely. Now, like a rhetorical question to ask like the viewers and stuff like that. Alumni that are playing live, is it an advantage or a disadvantage? Newbies going to the game, isn't it a disadvantage to them? That's a question that we can think about moving forward watching each episode. Because having knowledge of Ascendance as someone who's part of that can be a detriment to their game, but also not having knowledge is like powerful at the same time. So
Yeah.
that's a rhetorical question that we can keep in mind moving forward watching the episodes. But yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I think so far, like most of the newbies are doing really well, aside from William, obviously. I feel like most of them are doing really well, and I think that could definitely be beneficial for them. But we'll really just have to see how that goes moving forward. Do we have any other questions for memes?
We can ask the last one on here. Are there any tips and advices you would give to
I already
he already
Oh.
has.
did that.
Yeah, he already has.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I guess the only other thing we'll ask is, did you have fun? Which I think you already
I'll do.
Very much so. It is a very well-run game. It's a lot of fun. And if you have the opportunity to apply and play, I would definitely take it because you won't regret it. Matthew and Nicole are like the nicest people, and they want to make a game that's fun for everybody. So no matter what, you will have fun. Even if you go early, they want to make it an environment that is very friendly and like inviting for you. So.
All right. Well, we're very happy that we were able to have you on Memes. This was a lot of fun. Really good conversation, I think, especially from someone like you that knows this game really well. It just really sucks that you went early because I think you had a lot more. You had a lot more to show in this game for sure, and I hope at some point you get to play again because I think you were doing really well, and then I think like you said that one thing just like really fucked you over. So.
Mm-hmm. But you should be proud either way.
Yes, for sure. Oh, Stephanie says that she loves you.
Oh,
Love you, Steph.
All right. Is there anything you want to say before you leave?
Not really. I think I've said everything that I need to. Thank you for having me on here.
Yes.
And thank you for all the questions and stuff that you guys had. So.
Yes, this was very fun. We really did enjoy getting to have you on here. I do think we're gonna go ahead do the draft now. Yeah.
yes.
We should probably do that.
Yeah.
So, anyone want to pull it up? You can.
I got it.
Memes, you can stick around if you want. You don't have to for this part. It's
Whatever
totally
you'd like.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
All right.
Bye. Okay, so for this draft update, can you not see it?
I wasn't. There it is. It wasn't on the screen.
Unfortunately, Kevin is losing the draft so far.
I'm doing
not
that.
really. I'm losing the draft so far, but as far as people, Kevin is losing so much. With memes out of the game, Kevin has only gotten 3 points. Aly has received 2 points because team challenges are counted.
Yes.
I've received 8 points because none of my team went into elimination.
Yeah.
And Mike received 4 because
I don't think my team didn't go into elimination either. I don't think.
No.
Or either I wasn't paying attention.
But as far as draft update, the points currently stand with Kevin with 29, Aly with 28, me with 21, and Mike with 30, who's in the lead so far. But yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, as badly as I'm losing, I feel really good about Michelle's like win equity at this point.
Yes.
So like, I'm pulling for her. Michael, I'm not so sure. I feel like people are wanting to
Hello,
target
welcome.
him, but Michelle, I feel really good with. So
Get fucked. I have Destiny.
no, yes, you definitely have like a really strong team because like Destiny's doing really great, Admin's doing really great, and then Jake I feel like is doing a good job of like not being a target. So
I have Steph and Sarah.
and they're both doing real well. So
On behalf of the SpaghettiOs, I am here for Jake.
yes, definitely.
But yeah, I don't think I mentioned last time, but Aly was able to get more points due to the fact that Sarah received a power and Stephanie found a power.
Yeah.
And so did Mike because of Edmund receiving a power, and so did Kevin.
Which we still don't know what that power is. He has not brought it up yet, and I'm interested in seeing if when he decides to bring it up.
Process of elimination. I mean, if you know Ascendance very well, how do I stop screen sharing?
I'm trying to do it so it's not full screen.
There you go.
I didn't mean to do that.
Process of elimination. I mean, maybe they've come up with new powers. Maybe they're recycling powers. As of right now, from my knowledge, the powers that we've seen so far have been used in the Org series.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe there's a different.
But yeah, other than that, I think that's really it for our coverage of this episode of Ascendance. Before we do close things out here, Mike and Sean, you guys want to plug stuff, go ahead, even though we know what it is at this point.
But
We'll
does
go
the
ahead.
audience?
Yes. Okay, Julia.
Tune in. I'm hosting an org. It's called Spotlight. We're going Glee themed.
Only you're hosting it? Okay.
Okay, cool.
Kevin, Aly, and I, we're hosting an org called Spotlight. Apps
Period.
drop Friday.
Yes.
Stay tuned to any of our socials. I'm sure we'll all be promoting the shit out of it. Also, make sure you pre-save Kely Patterson's EP coming out also Friday. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Woo.
All right. Sean, go ahead.
Before I do my outro, shout out to Duke. If you haven't already, listen to him on Apple Podcast and Spotify, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
He does his coverage of Ascendance. So if you haven't already, go tune into his podcast. He does bring in Ascendance alumni like Maddie. He does his own draft. Jabbar is in it. So if you haven't already, check that out. Shout out to Duke. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here because I could be on and not have a voice because I am working now. What else? I had something else in mind.
Oh, no.
Yeah, if you haven't caught up on Ascendance Live, catch up.
Why are you
Ascendance
watching
Live on YouTube. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Sean Dairo, which I am not on a lot. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Yeah. Look for them over there. Also, I do want to go ahead and say, yes, we are very happy for you getting 1,000 views, and we're happy that we are contributing to that for sure. I hope that you guys continue to grow because it's crazy that already season 1, you already have a ton of views. And yes, definitely check out Lost at Sea, which is Duke's podcast. Also, coverage of Survivor, The Circle, Big Brother. Those 2 are ending, but Survivor, we are starting up tomorrow. We already recorded the video, but we're going to be up. We're going to be doing a premiere tomorrow, so that's going to be fun overall.
Yeah, we actually recorded it last night at cracked hours.
Yes, we did.
What?
Is there anything else to plug?
Oh, the Survivor premiere.
Yeah, the Survivor. We did a recap of the Survivor premiere last night.
Ascendance hopefuls.
Yes.
Those who applied and did their interviews. Just a reminder: play the game before the game plays you.
Absolutely, very important.
Kevin did not know that.
Very important to remember that. But I think that's really it for this podcast. This was a lot of fun. Always, we love getting to have me on, and we love me epically losing in the draft. I hope that can change, but as of right now,
much like your season of Ascendance.
True. I mean, it's pretty on brand for me. So, no, but this was a lot of fun. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in our next video, and we will see you guys for that. Okay, bye.